Hello, everyone, and welcome to the latest and greatest and merry episode of the Lowbot Podcast. I'm Tyler.
I'm Josh.
And we are back at the Bachelor Pad. We are back at the Trap House. We are back at the
Crack Den.
Crack Den. Santa's Crack Den.
Santa's Crack Den, ladies and gentlemen. We are the elves that supply the crack.
Absolutely. And you may be thinking, it's a bit early in December for a Christmas episode. Well, this is the last episode we'll be able to record for 2021. So we thought, let's be a bit merry, let's get in the season.
Yeah, it's December's the busiest year, not busiest month of the year.
Yeah,
like for sure.
Schedules are just all over the place.
Despite being mid-December, we're not going to see each other for the rest of the year.
Yeah, for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. I hope you don't miss me too much.
I'll be just fine.
You're gonna enjoy it. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
All right, but how have you been? How's your week been before we get this started? Busy.
We had our area manager down for our first visit. If you're watching, Chris, hello. I don't think you're watching, but if you are, hello. And she just flipped the store on its head. So, which is a good thing. She different, different set of eyes to look at the store. But it just mean it was a busy week.
It's still a pain in the ass.
It's a lot. Yeah. It's been a busy week, so I am exhausted. How's your week been?
Been beautiful. Halo dropped.
Oh, yeah.
And that's all I've been playing.
Yeah.
So I got a big smile on my face.
You've had a chance to play video games.
I got emotional.
You got emotional?
Within the first hour. Because I've been playing the franchise for 20 years, man.
Yeah.
And it made me emotional. It's just before I end my Halo talk, those of you, everyone's played Halo. Halo Reach has the best opening, in my opinion, to a Halo campaign. This is second to that, which is huge praise in terms of an opening sequence.
Man,
if
you're a Halo guy,
whew, it's so beautiful.
Talk to Josh about Halo.
It's so beautiful. I wish you liked Halo.
I just don't.
Yeah.
Bang, 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 bang.
Oh, it's not like play Halo.
Oh, okay.
There's such an extensive universe in there, which for some people like Star Wars.
Yeah, people like the Star Wars
sci-fi thing. It's the same thing. I love the sci-fi.
That's your Star Wars.
Halo. It's my Star Wars. Yeah. Halo
No.
is Star Wars.
That's fine. There
we go.
And if that's what it is, then that's what it is.
Love it.
But it's been a basketball week. It seems like right now we go back and forth. Either I have all the notes or you have all the notes.
Yeah.
I have all the notes. We never seem to hey, both of us have notes this week. So this week, Josh has the notes.
Coordination is not our forte.
Well, typically, one of us has a really fucking busy week and doesn't have a chance. I've pretty much watched no basketball this week. I've watched a couple highlights and that's it.
What the hell are you doing on a basketball podcast?
look, it's December.
Yeah, look.
I run a retail
crazy.
store in December, dude.
December's crazy. I do not have to worry about that.
Yeah, you
Thank
don't.
God.
You got some time off coming up soon.
I got 10 days off.
Yeah, I get Christmas Day and that's it.
It's going to be a lot of Halo and adult video watching.
Okay, let's get into basketball.
Straight single, baby.
Let's get into basketball. What is the first topic you wanted to talk about?
All right, first one I wanted to talk about, which is obviously the talk of the town, the fictional National Basketball Association town.
Before, just hang on. You've jogged my memory.
All right. Yeah,
Last
sure.
night, Ellie and I watched an awful, maybe one of the worst Christmas films I have ever seen.
Yeah.
And now I've got your interest. It's called Dolly Parton's Christmas at the Square.
What the fuck?
It is a full-blown musical in Middle America. It is absolutely dreadful. It's on Netflix. It's a Netflix film. If anyone has the chance and wants to watch really bad Christmas film, we wanted to watch a Christmas film. And we stopped watching an earlier Christmas film because that was awful to watch this one, which was way worse. So if you want to watch an awful Christmas film, Dolly Parton, Christmas at the Square.
Is it so bad it's great? Or you just really didn't have a good time?
I don't know. I really don't know. There was the pastor, Pastor, not edible,
Pastor,
pastor, who talks like he constantly had Invisalign in.
Oh my gosh.
It's really awful.
Jeez, is it Rick Fox?
No, he kind of looks like Rick Fox. It could be like Rick Fox's son, Dick Fox.
Dick Fox.
Sorry, talk of the town, basketball.
Yeah. So one of the craziest things this year have been unexpected. Houston Rockets. They lost.
Yeah, look.
15 in a row. Mm-hmm. Immediately afterwards.
Yeah.
7-game win streak, the longest win streak in the NBA right now.
And it's not like they're facing dud teams to get that 7 wins.
I did go through the teams. Not
50-50?
great. It's, yeah, a little bit. But, okay, firstly, that's never happened in history before. There's never been a team in history that's gone on a 15-game losing streak and a 7-game winning streak in the same season, let alone back-to-back. That makes zero sense.
Yeah, literally like 0 sense.
I don't get it at all. So they went from like the longest losing streak in the NBA to like the longest winning streak or something like that. It's stupid.
I wonder what the biggest losing streak in NBA history is.
Weren't the Cavs coming real close to that at one point? And it was like, man, I really hope we don't get this streak.
The Bobcat
Not to
streak?
get- Oh, man.
They've
Charlotte
probably
Bobcats
got it right.
Sucked. I would assume, I think the Bobcats have the lowest amount of wins in a
They
season,
have
right?
the lowest, like 7.
Yeah, that was a sad-ass team.
Yeah.
Man.
The Biombo-led team. But yeah, the Houston Rockets.
Yeah, Houston Rockets. Okay. So, the teams that they've beat for 7 games, the 7-game win streak, it starts at a high and ends on a high, and then it's
It's a
kind
chunk
like
of peanut butter in the middle.
Yeah, like if you don't like peanut butter, yeah, it's
It's just gooey. It's just like
to start the win streak off. They versed Chicago Bulls,
a very good team.
and they beat them. The Bulls have been phenomenal this year.
Yeah.
I have nothing bad to say about the Bulls, and somehow they pulled that through. Like if the Bulls are versing Houston in this situation, the Bulls chalk this up to a win.
Yeah.
You know, they can bench Levine. They're going to get this win.
Yeah.
Somehow they won. And I was like, all right, cool.
Okay.
You expect that to be the one win for the month.
Yeah.
For Houston. And then they verse the Hornets. They beat
But
the Hornets.
Hornets are a good team.
Hornets are all right.
I mean, when they're not in health and safety protocols,
boy, don't they have like 8 players?
they don't have a
active?
point guard. All their
Yeah.
point guards have COVID.
Yeah, they got to bring back Biombo. Point Biombo, baby.
Please.
They versed OKC twice, back to back.
Okay, see, bad, but they'll have a flash of greatness.
They literally just lost by 73. So I'm going to say they're bad. Just bad.
Speaking of OKC, your boy, Kira Lewis Jr.,
Out
for the season.
Yeah.
Are you heartbroken?
I've got no idea who that man is still. I'm going to be honest.
Oh, no, he's in New Orleans?
He's in
I
New
thought he was in
Orleans.
OKC.
Yeah.
They both suck.
Look,
Sorry,
both teams suck.
Go ahead, keep going.
Next one is the Magic. Oh, my gosh.
Look,
Cole Anthony ain't doing anything for that team.
no, I mean, they beat. Cole Anthony beat Denver.
Yeah, look, the Lakers and Denver. Oh my gosh, we suck right now.
So we talked about this a few weeks ago, but yeah, we suck.
Yeah, like you guys just lost to some really bad team, and so did we.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, brother.
Bottom barrel squad, let's go.
Yeah.
They beat the Pelicans. Whoop-de-doo, they're bottom barrel.
Yeah.
But then they beat the Nets.
They beat the
Which
fucking
was
Nets.
yesterday.
They're top of the East.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
How do you start your win streak with the Bulls and so far end it with the Nets?
That's fucking wild, right?
Like, there's no
And KD's
reason.
playing like 40 minutes. I understand Harden had another trash game, but KD's playing like 40 minutes a game.
Can we talk about Harden real quick?
Yeah.
What is wrong with him?
I don't know.
Like, he has...
You proclaimed it last week. He's back. He's back.
And every time I
'Cause he had that
say
one
he's
good
back,
game.
he goes brain dead.
Yeah, look, I don't know. That weird turnover.
It's the second time he's done that this season.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same damn turnover. He just forgets to pick the ball up, watches
don't
the
know.
other guy get the ball. I don't
He's
know.
like, whoa.
And, like, I saw one of the young guys, like, as he was running up to half court for Brooklyn, and he looks at what happened. He's just like, what am I looking at?
How are you an MVP?
Yeah. Like, you are an all-time great.
It doesn't look like the same player. He looks like he had his talent stolen by the fucking Monstars.
It really does. You could pop that into the Space Jam footage.
Yeah.
And it would look the damn same.
Yeah, 100%.
It's
It's like when Charles Barkley went to catch the ball and it just hit him and he's like,
Yeah.
oh.
That's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
even after he's noticed it's been stolen, he's just like,
What happened?
what do I do?
You got hit with the genjutsu. You got hit with the fucking illusionary technique.
Oh, man. But he's a weird one. But,
Yeah, they beat Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Even with
yeah.
Harden not playing well, Brooklyn's still top of the East.
yeah. I want to go through the roster.
Of Brooklyn?
No,
Of Houston.
we know and love the Brooklyn roster. It's exciting.
Yeah, Houston.
Houston's roster is what I wanted to talk about. Because they've obviously garnered all this attention through the effort of getting 7-game win streaks.
Yep. They must have a stacked team.
I want to go through their roster, and I honestly want you to tell me any players you're excited for and why?
Yes. So, yeah.
Okay. So, Christian Wood, 6'10" center.
I have such mixed feelings on him.
After you told me your last experience with Christian Wood,
My last experience.
Yeah.
The things I've heard. Yeah.
I'm a bit skeptical as well.
Talent-wise, very, very good, but it seems like he doesn't have a great of a team mindset or great of a winning mindset. So I have mixed feelings. So I'm going to give him, like we used to do, thumbs up, I'm going to give him a thumbs middle.
Yeah. Even before the things you were talking about previously where, his mindset, we don't really know. A lot of times it's bad from what we hear, but his skill set is so good. He's very efficient. I still, even if I was to put the personality stuff aside, I just don't see what we're expecting of Christian Wood. Like, what is the league expecting of him? And what are fans expecting of him? He can be a 20-10 dude.
That's what we're expecting.
Okay. But like a complimentary, like, third option?
Second or third option, yeah.
Okay.
He shouldn't be your number one guy, but he's a good switchable defender and that can do 20 and 10 a night.
I would see him on a good team being a third option.
Yeah. Guarding 3 to 5.
Yeah. 3 to 5, third option, efficient, 20 and 10.
Chris Bosh.
I think even Chris Bosh was
that sort of thing. You mean like Chris Bosh in Miami, where it's like third option,
Miami, yeah.
20 and 10. I'm not talking about Toronto Chris or whatever.
Yeah.
It's third option, 20 and 10, can switch and guard multiple positions.
Yeah. It really just threw me off for a sec. You called him Chris.
I just called him just plain
And
Chris.
We're
good. We're on good terms. We're on good terms.
So I think, all right. So we're kind of in agreement.
Yeah.
We don't have Christian Wood's potential all the way up here.
No.
But he should still
He could be an all-star at some point in his career.
He could be a starter. He could be...
He is a starter.
No, I mean, like, stay a starter.
Yeah.
Obviously, everyone can start for Houston except John Wall. He can't even get playing time.
Good.
But,
Man, sucks.
Look, honestly, on Basketball Reference, if anyone wants to check Basketball Reference, everyone has a jersey number listed except John Wall. He doesn't have a jersey number listed. That's how bad it's going up in Houston.
Just fucking trade him.
Yeah. That's... God knows what they're doing. All right. Jayshawn Tate.
I like Jayshawn Tate. He's a good
small forward.
He's a really good prospect. He's been playing pro for a long, long time in different leagues.
Yep. It's the second year in the league.
Yeah.
This year. Where do you anticipate Jayshawn Tate going? Because I actually think he's a good prospect.
to LA. No, I don't know. He's not going to be an all-star, but he's a good starter, good spark plug. He could be like a potential 6th man of the year at some point in his career.
6th man of the year. Interesting.
Right? Because
Okay.
I see him as a spark plug.
I agree with you 100%. I don't see him as someone like more of a Jordan Clarkson.
Yeah, 100%.
Jordan Clarkson can be a little bit inconsistent sometimes, but that's because that's what spark plug guys are.
Yeah.
That's what I see.
But he
from
could
Jayshawn.
drop 30 off 15 shots.
Yeah, and we're seeing more of these. Like a Cole Anthony can drop 30 points randomly.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't be surprised, but that's
Yeah.
that spark plug energy that we need.
Yeah.
I see Jayshawn Tate being the same thing.
Yep. And then a lot of teams, maybe like right now, probably 80% of the teams in the league would love a spark plug.
Oh, absolutely.
Like spark plugs would never not be valuable. So 100%
Always.
thumbs up on Jayshawn Tate.
So far, kind of two good players.
Yeah.
All right. Alperen Sengun. I hear Sengun's name thrown out so often.
Big Al Sengun.
Like, I have no idea why. He's an
Thumbs up.
undersized center.
Yeah, he's a talented wizard.
Okay. Yeah.
He's casting passing spells. No, he's actually crafty. Look, he's good. I'm a thumbs up on Sengun.
Yeah. God, that should be his nickname, Sengun.
Yeah.
That's so much cooler than his real name, Sengun.
Yeah, Sengun.
Actually, Sengun kind
He's
of
the
sounds
gun.
cool as well.
He's the gun, mate.
I have
Thumbs
zero
up.
opinion on Sengun.
I
just don't see it.
He's not great yet, but he shows flashes of brilliance. And that's typically a death sentence.
Like Poku. Flashes of greatness, like Poku.
Yeah, but yeah.
They're the
Sengun's
same.
better than Poku.
Yeah, I think Sengun's more consistent than Poku.
Poku is like, I'm going to score 20 of good efficiency and do some crazy passes. Then for the next 10 games, I'm just going to shit. I'm just going to pull my pants down and take a poop in the middle of the court.
All right. Kenyon Martin Jr. Thumbs up?
Young athletic prospect. I have a lot of love for normal Kmart, like Kenny Martin Sr.
Yeah.
So I have to give KMJ a thumbs up.
I guess touching on KMJ, what are your thoughts on guys which are predominantly just athletic? That's their skill set coming into the league.
They do not last.
Yeah, they don't last, do they?
Because, like, you end up Josh Smith, where it's like, you have so much potential, but you are never, ever going to reach it because your skill set is so limited. We're in a skills league. It's no longer just like, oh, you're athletic, you're Wilt Chamberlain, you can dominate the non-athletic male men. You have to be fucking super, super talented. And that's like no diss to Wilt, but he's not as skilled as the players are now.
Oh god, no.
And
even what's his name? Shaq. Shaq's one of the biggest old heads.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
But even his all these big guys are more skilled than me. Not as dominant.
Oh
but
no,
more
he's
skilled than
he's
me.
an athletic freak. Once in a generation, like Wilt, like once in a fucking century, right? And that's how they were able to dominate. But this is a skills league.
Yep.
And unless Kmart Jr., fucking big W over here, develops some skills, he's gonna struggle.
Fuck, Big W, really? Really, that's his nickname now.
No, he's gonna have a better
God
one.
damn. All right. Surprisingly, who's actually been kind of good for them? Eric Gordon.
Yeah, I've always been a big Eric Gordon fan.
He's 13 years in the league.
Yeah.
Man.
He's a vet. He's like 6'3", big-bodied, can splash, can drive, can do a bit of everything.
Out of the 7-game win streak, if I recall correctly, I think 4 of the games has had over 20 points.
He was part of that Chris Paul, James Harden, Eric Gordon trifecta that allowed Houston to just like hit 33s a night.
Yeah. Eric Gordon's always been good. Like even like him, Chris Kaman, and the Clippers squad.
Yeah.
You know, before all of that, he was huge.
He's talented, yeah.
And like even with Hornets, he played for Hornets. He's just always been a good dude, and it's just weird to me that he's still good.
Yeah.
Like his
you'd think
serviceable.
he would fall off, but no,
Yeah.
he's just been good. He could fit on like any team for the past 10 years.
Yeah. Armoni Brooks.
I have no knowledge
Look, neither
of
do I.
Armani.
Pass. DJ Augustine, also 13 years in the
Oh
league.
my god, he's still in the league.
Still him, like Denzel Valentine, Chris Dunn, all these dudes.
You just named 2 former Bulls legends.
I don't get how these guys are still in the league. Like, I genuinely don't get it. And you know what it probably is? DJ Augustine, you remember how, like, 2 years ago when Toronto made that championship run?
Yeah,
But
the
then they
Augustine
lost
game?
The Augustine game. Do you think he's riding the
Because he was the
coattails
DJ
of that?
hero?
Yeah. Like,
It was that one performance.
that's it. It's like, he might... he's
to
the
be fair, he
Kawhi
probably
killer.
only ever asked for the vet min. And he's like, hey, I might take one shot a game, but I'm just going to ball out at practice.
Yeah. God, but 13 years in the league and I've never been a fan. Like, that's a wild thing to me.
Yeah.
God damn. Controversial one. Kevin Porter Jr.
Ah, thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
KPJ. We love KPJ in this house.
Do we? Do we?
Adam and I do.
I know Adam has mixed feelings on
He's
KPJ.
very skilled. It's just a shame he can't get his stuff off the court and his mental sorted.
I'm not a fan of any of it.
Really?
I mean, there's no doubt he's a talented player, but it's the same thing I see with Christian Wood, just to a bigger extent.
Yeah,
is
100%.
I just don't see this. Like, we see so many players come through the league that show a lot of good flashes and a good skill set, but don't actually go anywhere. Like, one that I was high on was Bogdan Bogdanovic. Was with Sacramento, now with Atlanta.
Yeah.
And he's okay,
He's good.
but like I expected him to consistently hit 20, like Gordon Hayward. That was kind of his skill
ceiling.
set. It was his ceiling. He never really reached that. He was too inconsistent, and I can see that with KPJ, where very talented dude all around. But I'd be shocked if he can make this consistent and become a starter.
KPJ reminds me of Brandon Jennings to a smaller extent.
Yeah, actually.
So I'm surprised you don't like him.
Better than Brandon Jennings, I think. Brandon Jennings was so one-dimensional, where it was, I'm really just going to chuck shots. Whereas KPJ feels like he can do a little bit more.
Yeah, but he's just Brandon Jennings. And you love Brandon Jennings.
I love Brandon Jennings.
So you should love KPJ.
I don't care for Houston whatsoever. Like, I'm going to be honest. If Brandon Jennings did not go to Milwaukee, I wouldn't care for Brandon Jennings. He just fit Milwaukee. Milwaukee had nothing going. They had like a 50-year-old Michael Redd. And then Brandon Jennings came in and got 55 points in 3 quarters because he missed every shot in the first quarter. We don't talk about that quarter. But it just depends on where they end up. And
Fair enough.
I don't
if
see
KPJ ended up at like New York, maybe you would like him more.
I feel like he'd spiral in New York.
Like he'd go on a fucking week-long bender?
Like, whatever you think about New York, objectively, it's one of the hardest cities to play for.
Yeah.
And if KPJ can't take a locker change in Cleveland,
It's true.
he's not taking any criticism in New York.
But I'm a thumbs up on KPJ. I know you're a thumbs middle to down.
Yeah, I think I'm leaning towards down because I just, he's not unique in a way. I've seen so many guys that can score 20 points on a night, but then not really have a career. And then his attitude off the court, like you said,
That's fair enough.
Not a good mix. You've
That's
got to
fair
really
enough.
sway me in the other direction if you've got off-court issues.
I get you.
Jalen Green, the Rook.
Man can put the ball in the hole.
They're like, I think 2-6 with him off the court and 6-0 with him. No, opposite. Yeah.
Yeah, they're better with him not playing.
Is that a surprise?
No.
No, because rookies generally,
They have awful shot selection and they're looking to get their buckets.
especially if they're scoring guards.
Especially if they're a
Jalen.
scoring guard who all they know is how to score. But he does know how to score.
Knows how to score, doesn't know how to play defense, which is fine.
Which is
You don't
fine.
need to if you're scoring the way you're going to score.
If you are the best in the world at scoring, you don't need to play defense.
Not at all.
No.
And I think that's why we hold certain players to such a high regard, like Kobe, an all-NBA defender.
Because if you
Fame
can
scorer.
play defense, and if you do play defense, you are elevated.
Yeah, and then you got, your Kawhi Leonard, your Kevin Durant's and
Yeah,
players
yeah,
like
yeah.
this. I'm like, that's why you guys
That's
stand
why
out.
they're the best.
Absolutely.
Because they do the same level on both ends.
Daniel Tice,
Oh, I didn't get your thumbs up or thumbs down, Jalen Green.
I'm a big
Thumbs up.
Jalen Green. I think
He'll-
it's just a scoring
he'll
machine.
figure it out.
Scoring machine.
He knows how to score. It's just about slowing the game down and becoming more efficient.
Yeah, it's the
all it
two differences I have with KPJ and Jalen Green. Jalen Green I see as a scoring machine. KPJ just feels talented to me.
Okay, yeah, I
That's-
understand that.
yeah.
I understand that.
Yep. Daniel Tice,
I'm a fan of Tice, given the vet min.
I like him. Vet min, solid guy. Like
Been in a
throw
lot
him
of
off the
teams,
bench.
yeah.
I like him. Daniel House, I'm a fan of. I think he's a good hustle guy. A lot of energy.
I have zero thoughts. You said Daniel House, his face popped into my mind, and I couldn't picture a single highlight.
Is it just eat one more? His face and his highlights. It just covers up everything.
Like Daniel House, I'm just like, you played center for a bit. That's about it. I literally have zero thoughts on Daniel House.
God damn. All right, David Nwaba. Down. I don't care for Nwaba. Josh Christopher.
Fucking thumbs
Yeah?
up. JG up.
All right,
Yes.
okay.
He's
Why? Give me
fucking
reasons why.
talented.
I wanna know
So
about him.
he's been a Harden fan since college.
Mm-hmm.
He went to Arizona State because Harden went to Arizona State, and you can see it.
Yep.
He's really fucking talented.
I saw he was talking about how he finally got to defend James Harden, right? And it was dream come true.
Yeah.
I love that stuff.
He's very talented. This is like second year in the league, second or third.
It is. No, it's his first.
This is first. I
Rookie.
swear he played.
He's a rook. He's a might have been a two-way guy previously. Oh no,
Maybe.
that wouldn't make sense.
No, that wouldn't make
G
sense.
League, maybe we've seen him in the G League. I don't know.
But he's very talented.
Yeah.
He's very talented. He's gonna it's one of the ones where all rooks have to slow it down and figure it out. He's gonna be in the league for a while. He can defend, he can score, he can pass. He's very well rounded.
Yep.
Big fan of Josh Christopher.
I'm a fan. I think he's got potential. Anyone that's that passionate as well. Like you can see a lot of these guys when they give interviews and they talk about what they enjoy doing in the league. Some just feels very passive. He feels very genuine.
Because some feel like, oh, you've got the PC answer in your head. You've got the social media answer. You've got, oh, well, the team just worked hard. We did it for the boys. I hate that in footy whenever they have the interview at the
Shout out
AFL.
to the boys.
Oh, yeah, the boys pulled through today. He's like, shut up.
Give me something of substance.
Give me substance.
And yeah, that interview was really insightful to how he approaches the game and how much he loves it. So,
He's good. He'll figure it out.
because it's something you can't teach. You can't teach a love for the game,
You can't teach passion.
and it's exciting to see, especially with
Like,
someone.
look at KD. He doesn't self-care at all.
Oh, it's
Man doesn't get a haircut. He doesn't
his
moisturize.
skin's falling off.
He just wakes up and
Holy
hoops.
fuck, yeah.
And that's
He
passion.
probably doesn't shower either.
Nah,
he gets to the
he
practice
doesn't.
and he stinks.
His apartment is probably the size of this room. And it's just the bed on the floor. And he
even a-
just showers at the facility.
Just a blow-up mattress on the floor.
He wakes up and hoops.
Still listens to rap music about having roaches in the apartment.
Because he still does.
He does.
But his bank accounts, he just doesn't want to spend it. He's stingy. But he doesn't even have a wardrobe. All his clothes are at the fucking facility.
Oh my gosh. Just sleeps in his
He doesn't have a car. He goes to Brooklyn to take the subway.
He runs for the workout. Runs to work.
I just love hooping.
Just a hooper. If you ain't sleeping on the floor,
You ain't a hooper.
are you a hooper? What the fuck is KD?
Look, I don't doubt it.
His hair looks like the
He's a
fucking Sahara
freak,
Desert.
dude.
It's crazy.
I love that we're now finding this out that he just doesn't self-care at all.
It's so gross. Like, the man's so talented, but please, like, it genuinely looks like he hasn't taken a shower. And it freaks me out,
He
man.
doesn't moisturize at all.
He doesn't look like he knows what moisturizer is. It's
He's a
that bad.
hooper.
Like, you've seen that photo of the pants and the socks.
Yeah.
And you slip in
His
between.
scales. He's a lizard man.
Oh my god, that's a lizard man. He's so scaly. What the fuck?
He's a hooper. Why self-care when you can hoop?
God damn. It's so gross. It makes me so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But anyway, to wrap it up, Garrison Matthews, which I'm a fan of. I think is a good hustle guy. He's a two-way guy right now. I don't know who Usman Garuba is. He's a rookie.
He's a rook.
Daishin Nix,
I don't know who
who's
that
a
is.
rook. And then obviously John Wall, who's kind of out of the league at this point. At this point of his career with his off-court issues,
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of it. So, out of that, because we've spoken about New Orleans in the past, the reason I wanted to go through this,
Yeah.
New Orleans have a plethora of young talent. Any team,
New Orleans?
New Orleans.
Okay.
As a team, they fucking suck.
Okay.
But there are so many guys that teams would love to have as prospects.
That's true.
Like Nikhil Alexander-Walker right now is not going to win you games.
No.
At all.
No.
But boy, is
But he
a
could
good
in 5
prospect.
years.
Yeah. There are so many guys on this team that you would love to snatch up.
Yeah.
But as a whole, it doesn't fucking work. We've laughed at it. It's atrocious. But I look at this squad, and I don't feel good about the squad now, despite the massive 7-game winning streak. But I also don't feel good about the talent.
Interesting.
Because obviously Christian Wood will be a decent pickup. But the fact that I see him as a top being a third option if he reaches that potential, I don't feel like that's that great. Considering that's the biggest hole they got up post James Harden.
Okay.
Jalen Green, I'm obviously huge on.
Over the moon on.
But he's a rookie, so
Yeah.
I'm not going to judge a rookie.
So-
Tate's good, but like Kenyon Martin Jr., I'm like, I
How
still
many
don't know.
pieces on that team for you to be happy about, for you to feel comfortable looking forward? 4?
Christian Wood is one. I'm not even going to put Christian Wood in because I'd see him
Okay.
not yet reaching that potential with a third option, and the third option's not great.
Okay, so let's start with Jalen Green,
Jalen Green, Jay Sean Tate.
Josh Christopher.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable enough putting him in yet,
Okay.
but we'll pop him in because you're high on him, so we'll do 3.
Eric Gordon.
I guess, yeah. If you're gunning for a championship, Eric Gordon.
But like,
That's 4.
let's even if you
I don't
take
feel good about it.
Eric Gordon out and put on, there was one other guy in the middle. I'm forgetting the name of. Someone starting with a J, most likely.
Well, there's Kevin Porter Jr. as well.
Yeah, I like KJ.
But
Yeah. But like 3 or 4, and they're going to flip John Wall and probably Christian Wood because he is older. He's like 26. And flip him and John Wall to a contending or looking to contend team to get some young pieces. I think they're in a good spot. They just need to make this move before the deadline.
They've got to start making moves, and they've got to get the right draft pick, man. If they draft wrong, like Jalen Green looks like a good pick, but if it's so easy to get a pick wrong, we've seen
Yes.
so many teams do
100%.
it, and they cannot afford to.
Or if you
'Cause
can't develop.
right now, fingers crossed, they can develop.
Yeah.
Because Jalen Green could be a scoring machine. You could have Christian Wood as a good third option. You don't have a second option right now. One that like people feel great about. Usually when you get a first, second option, you know right away. Jalen Green looks like a first
He's
or
a
second
first
option.
option, yeah.
You know? But Christian Wood definitely isn't that in my opinion. So you really got to land well or trade potentially for it. But I also don't know about the development. And
Houston have never, like, I'm trying to think of their timeline, right? So obviously, T-Mac and Yao,
yep,
then they both retired or left. And there was a small period of nothing.
yeah, I believe nothing.
And then they got Harden and blew up.
They got lucky, got Harden, and I was looking into it as well, where the only reason they got Harden was it's like a big butterfly effect.
100%.
The David Stern vetoing of Chris Paul to LA allowed for all these other things to fall in place, which resulted in James Harden in Houston.
Really?
Yeah. Someone did the framework for
timeline?
it, and it's nuts. Because like there's so many like one small pick and it changes everything.
Interesting. But they haven't really had to develop for a while.
No. And that's what's going to be interesting.
Yeah,
is seeing how they're gonna do
100%.
it.
Because we've seen teams that can develop, like Denver, and we've seen teams that can't develop, like Orlando. So where is Houston going to fall in this fucking arch? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I just feel so mixed about it. And I think a good like synopsis of it is the fact that they've just lost 15 and won 7 in a row.
Yeah.
None of it makes sense.
No, it doesn't make sense. So clearly, like, they're living in the chaos.
Yeah.
It's like if they went 1 win, 1 loss, 1 win, 1 loss, 1 win, loss. That would make just as little sense as what they're
They'd
doing
be at
now.
500 though. They'd be
They
at 500.
would be at 500.
No, they ain't getting anywhere
But
near
they
that.
would be fucking awful. So, look, I understand Houston are in a weird spot.
Well, I want to talk about another team that's in a weird spot.
Because we've talked about Houston for like 25
Yeah.
minutes.
And because we're never ever going to talk about Houston again.
No.
More particularly a player, and I feel like Adam will be happy with us talking about it. I want to talk about LeBron James for a brief moment.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Cleveland.
No. Because every time we see him, it's like, y'all talk about LeBron James.
He walks in, he opens the door. LeBron James.
Yeah. So I just want to touch. I don't want to touch on the Lakers as a whole because we know that's a 30-minute
can of
discussion.
worms.
But I want to get your honest opinions
Yeah.
on where you have LeBron in the league right now, considering everything.
Considering everything.
His change of play style, his lack of winning the past 2 years, his injury issues that just keep ramping up. Where do you see him in the league?
I can't take him out of my top 5 till it's absolutely definitive, purely based off his history and how much he doesn't give a shit about the regular season. But he's 5th.
I think that's kind of where I have it, because I was going through it. Okay. So there are 4 players I have which are undisputably ahead of him.
We probably have the same ones.
Giannis,
Yep.
Durant,
Yep.
Curry,
Yep.
Jokic.
Yep.
Yep.
We have the same 4.
And that makes me feel validated.
And it's not even
Undisputed.
close. And
Yep.
right now, Giannis is 4th.
Yeah. Giannis is doing the worst of the bunch.
Yeah, and it's a fair jump. And it's like, it's LeBron, Giannis, Jokic, KD. My arm doesn't go high enough for Steph.
Steph's to the moon.
And it's weird because Jokic is having statistically one of the best seasons in NBA history.
Yep. He's having a better season than he did in his MVP season.
Yeah.
So we undisputed got the 4 that are better than Bron.
Yeah.
And I have him 5th right now, despite the injury issues and his change of play style and the lack of winning. But I feel like if this trend continues in the next year, I feel like these players can potentially overtake if, there are always going to be question marks. Luka, obviously, if he keeps trending.
There's always the opportunity where he could figure it out even more.
Luka's insane. Kawhi Leonard, if healthy,
He takes
which
that
is
5th
the
spot.
big thing.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Too.
Which is why I don't have him in that 5th spot right now.
Yep.
If this man can keep playing the way he's playing, Paul George is so fucking good and he doesn't get the respect that he does deserve. And then
Because he's playing on a Kawhi Leonard, he's playing with Kawhi Leonard. Even though Kawhi Leonard's out, he's not getting that respect because it's still Kawhi's team.
which is so shitty because Paul George is so damn good.
So damn good.
And then this is the question, but I feel comfortable putting it in with a major if healthy clause, even more so than Kawhi Leonard, which is Embiid. Because every time he's back, he drops 45 points and 20 rebounds and 3 blocks.
I'm still really iffy on that because of long stretches.
Yeah.
Talent-wise as well.
It's why it's in the next year or two.
Look, I see
If LeBron keeps trending this
Yeah,
way.
yeah. He could fall below these players.
And this is the lowest we've ever seen him.
Yes.
Usually
yes.
he's undisputed the top dog or top second.
Yeah.
And the fact that in the next year or two I can see another batch of guys overtaking him, so LeBron drops to potentially 9 or 10, which is still crazy because the man's 50 years old.
Yeah.
But
This is the first time this has happened.
it shouldn't be this. And the frustrating thing as well is, where the fuck is Anthony Davis throughout this whole thing? Like,
Yeah,
he's
he's
not
like
showing up at all.
he showed up in the bubble. He's like, I am untouchable. I am unguardable. And then it's just sort of been a bit downhill, up and down since then.
Ever since he got the
chip.
top 75 player in history, it's like, I've got nothing to prove now.
No,
Let
he was
me
kind of
play like
he
shit.
was a little bit doo-doo before that too.
Yeah, but he's been really inconsistent. And then LeBron, obviously, a lot of injury issues, and we're just not winning with him on the court. Like, honestly, and this is going to be very controversial, our best player is Westbrook right now, and I don't care what anyone says.
He's playing the best on your team.
Yeah.
It's not controversial. The numbers show it, and it makes sense.
Yep.
LeBron isn't playing he isn't playing like LeBron. AD isn't playing like AD.
Yeah.
So right now, Westbrook is your best player.
Yeah. And I just wanted to touch on that because this is the only time I've genuinely felt where LeBron is slipping out of that top 5.
I've been saying it for years. I can never take LeBron out of that number 1 spot until it's absolutely fucking clear.
Yep.
And it's now clear he's not the best player in the world anymore. But I cannot take him, and just like you, we can't take him out of the top 5 till it is absolutely crystal fucking clear.
Yep. Because even guys like Luka still don't feel comfortable about it.
100% no. No.
So I've got him at the 5th right now.
Yeah, and he'll stay like that till it is like without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah. It's wild that our top 5 is exactly the same in the same order.
Same. This is rare.
Very weird. The Christmas spirit. Ladies and gentlemen.
Jingle bells.
One other team I wanted to talk about because
We're gonna have to make it quick because we are running low on time.
I feel like there's gonna be some shit that's gonna happen, and you and I aren't gonna be able to do an episode about it.
Yep.
Can we please quickly talk about the Portland Trailblazers and what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. Let's get into this. Do you want to start?
CJ out with a collapsed lung. I hope to God he is okay because
Pray
that's serious.
100%.
Lillard is more inefficient than Westbrook right now. He's still not doing well. He's averaging like 32% from the field or something like that. It's in the 30s.
Not great.
It's really bad. They have too many damn guards. They got Dame, they got CJ, they got Anthony Simmons, and sometimes they run Powell at point guards. That's four deep, which you don't need to be because you've got apparently one of the top 75 players of all time in their prime.
Yeah.
You should not have 4 deep. And then the main issue is Nurkic is meant to be their paint protector. He's meant to be Gobert. It has been previously. And for whatever reason, this year he's looked like shit.
Yeah.
The past 2 years has looked like shit, especially this year. So when you're running 4 deep, mainly 3, but sometimes 4 deep in the guard position in rotation, and then none of them play defense.
No.
And then you're relying on Nurkic when the opponents just blitz and go through to the paint and Nurkic isn't doing anything. The fuck do you do? This is the worst I've seen Portland ever.
Look, I'll be honest. I'm sick of having the same thought of Portland for the past. How long have we been doing this pod? You know what I mean? It's always Portland blow it up this year. Portland blow it up?
They fucking have to, and I'm so sick. And I feel like it's
the same
getting
fucking
that way
team.
because changes in the front office have been made.
Yep.
They finally got rid of Stotts after 9 years.
And
Almost
Stotts had a good
decade
record
of Stotts,
but it was change it up.
change it up.
Yeah.
You know? But then my issue extends to Billups as well as head coach. He's not utilizing Nurkic properly.
No.
He's not utilizing his guards properly. There should have been a move made already. And then one of the biggest names thrown into discussion is obviously Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
He's still up for trade. And we all know Philly is open to taking CJ prior to the collapsed lung issue.
Yeah.
So it means, on paper, Ben Simmons and Dame work really well. You have one of the best defenders in the league on a team that doesn't play defense, and Dame can just do Dame things.
Yeah.
It works for Golden State.
Yeah.
Granted, I know Steph plays great defense, but boy, he doesn't need to when he doesn't need to.
No.
you know, and should work. But Steve Kerr is an A-plus coach.
Yes.
Billups doesn't know how to utilize his current team.
Billups is figuring it out.
And Simmons is such an oddity.
Yeah, he's really, such a unique,
Yeah.
it changes up the floor completely.
Because I feel like if Stotts was here and he got a hold of Simmons, I'd feel better about
He'd figure it out.
And the fact that I have zero confidence in Billups being able to figure out something like Simmons gives me less confidence in him being able to figure out something simpler. It's just like...
I understand.
There's...
You're struggling with 2+2. I don't want to throw long division in.
Yep.
Like, you're already struggling.
And it kind of feels like they're not even buying in. If Nurkic isn't putting in the effort, every time you watch Nurkic play this year, there is a lack of effort. And if there's that lack of effort, it shows and tells me they've not bought in.
Yeah.
And that's the worst possible scenario with a first-time head coach is your players haven't bought in and you're hovering around 500 and you're meant to be gunning for a chip.
Well, it was the same issue with Steven Silas last year. When that Harden would play, he just wasn't, he didn't buy in.
And that's the result of it.
Yeah.
We saw the worst Harden ever.
100, oh.
Ooh, okay.
Potentially, but yeah, it's the same thing. Like, your players have to buy in if you're a brand new head coach. And if your players don't give a shit, then not only are they not going to respect you, they're not going to work as hard. Your plays aren't going to work. You're not going to be super successful.
Yep. Yeah, and I'm just so concerned because they're starting to make moves slowly to just kind of blow everything up.
And so I do feel like send it. I'm so sick of it.
Really send it. And I feel like between this episode and our next episode, I'm pretty confident saying there's going to be something. 100%. It's going
to be like 3 weeks. So it's 100% something's going to happen.
Something has to.
I'm fine with keeping Billups.
Yeah, I think I don't like.
You got to give a head coach at least a full year.
Yep.
You can't give a head coach 20 games and like, yeah, it didn't work out. Yeah, no fucking shit. Very rarely does a brand new head coach go into a contending team and they win it.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. Never fire a first-year head coach. Give it time unless they're doing Lloyd Pierce things that I understand.
Yeah. If they're a horrible piece of shit behind closed doors, that's fine. But not for their bust, not for what's happening on the court.
Boy, were we wrong about Lloyd Pierce.
Look, I'll eat crow forever.
I guess the last thing.
Yeah.
This is a quick one. Because it's Christmas. We love Christmas. Christmas games are going on. Yeah. I've got the matchups in front of me.
Please tell me.
I want to hear who you think's going to win.
Oh, I'm going to be 100% right.
All right. Okay. Confident. Christmas Day matchups.
Also, I miss Christmas Day sneakers. Do you remember when the Christmas Day matches came on and everyone had like fucking Christmas shoes on?
Hell yeah.
And sometimes Christmas jerseys. It was unique. We don't get that anymore.
Good times. Hawks versus Knicks.
Hawks.
I was going Knicks.
I'm going Hawks.
Interesting. The reason I haven't gone Hawks is because they've gotten it together the last 10 or so games, but overall the Knicks have looked better.
True.
As a whole.
I'm trusting Hawks more right now.
That's fair. Can't dispute that.
Bucks Trey's done it before. Bucks.
I went Bucks.
When Bucks too. Big three have played, they've won 99% of their games. They lost to Miami, but that's it.
Yeah, I agree with you. Suns versus Warriors. This is an interesting one, and I do not want to miss this, but I have no choice but to because I've got to go see. Oh, actually, no. It'll be Christmas.
It'll be Boxing Day.
Boxing Day when
I'm working.
I'm not. I'm watching Suns vs Warriors, baby.
I have to give it to Golden State.
I'm going Golden State too.
It's tough because Phoenix are fucking incredible, but
it can go either way. Honestly, we just saw it go both ways.
Yeah, exactly.
Lakers vs Nets.
Nets.
Yeah.
That's gonna fucking crush you.
Why the fuck do we have a Christmas game? And the weird one here, Jazz vs Mavs.
It's not that weird.
It's out of like the first 5, huge to me, and it clearly makes sense.
Interesting. Atlanta and New York are big. Like, okay,
bro. No, there's a whole meme history now.
Yeah, there is, but like,
and the league knows it. They're trying to capitalize on it. The fucking announcer says "Bing Bong" for
Bing
Christ's
bong.
sake. They're very aware of how to market the team. Jazz versus
Utah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't give a shit about heliocentric offense.
But yeah, all right. So we're about, maybe 70-30 on those.
Yeah.
But one thing's for sure, Lakers are getting stomped. It's sad.
I feel like they should trade Kyrie for Westbrook. because we just get the OKC Big Three back together, and then we're living a good life.
I hate you. I hate you. The last episode of the year, and you had to hit me with that.
Yeah.
I love Westbrook. I don't want Kyrie.
Yeah, but
Not even gonna
it's
play.
the OKC Big Three.
I don't care about the OKC Big Three.
Yeah, you hate 2 out of the 3 of them and love the third.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
It's such a weird triangle.
And I love all 3, so I'm just
Yeah.
chilling.
You know what? I've never heard you say anything good about Westbrook.
What do you
Not
mean?
really. I know you love Kevin Durant and James Harden, 2
Yeah.
of your favorite players of all time. I never really hear you talk much about
I love
Westbrook. Okay.
It's just hard because sometimes he's a fucking idiot, but so is Harden right now. So is KD. Like, they're all fucking idiots.
Yeah.
And you, like, the reason I don't give Westbrook too much love, because you're always giving Westbrook love.
I do it for the both of us.
Yeah. I don't need to pile that on. But, like, if I don't give KD and Harden love, it's just hate from you and Adam. So I need to even it out somehow.
I respect that. We're
going to end it up here.
Yep.
If you've made it through this far, thank you very much. Merry Christmas. This podcast is still the favorite part of our weeks every week. We do this for the love, not for the money, not for the fans, but for the love of it.
I forgot to put a Christmas tree on the table.
I thought you were freaking out because we had an error.
No, I'm such an idiot. I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
we've got the little plant.
Got a
Just
little
pretend.
plant.
Oi, editing. Right, I'm going to click my fingers, and that's going to turn into a Christmas tree. You ready? Oh! If you made it through this far,
PNG.
yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Thank you very, very much. Happy holidays. Be safe. We are on Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, Breaker, Last.fm, Nonstop Pop FM, Spotify. If you just listen to our audio version, we're on YouTube. We're wearing Christmas hats. Thank you very much, guys. We hope to entertain you more in the new year. Tell your friends about us because we love doing this. See y'all. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
Bye.
baby.